So what do you know about Miner Mike?
He's been at it for a long time.
So he's a seasoned miner.
Sometimes it takes us coming in before they're willing to shut down for a day or two to fix stuff because they just want to keep making gold, you know. This might be our first mine intervention, Wano.
28 years ago, Mike gave up his job as an electrician to hunt for gold.
I decided I was going to make a living in these mountains, and I was going to get this gold that's in the ground out of it. It was a learning experience. This is the real deal out here. There's nobody standing behind you showing you how to do this, and I had to learn it all right from scratch.
Mike spent nearly 3 decades building this mine into not just his livelihood, but also his home.
This is my life, what I do here. I want to keep doing it forever.
You know, I'm curious to watch it run, Freddie. There's a lot of moving parts here.
Yeah, may be a tough one,
Yeah.
you know, without rebuilding their plant.
It would take us 2-3 weeks just to get everything redone.
He's worried he may be losing big nuggets. We need to start with what's going to get him the most gold in his pocket in the time that we're here.
Mike feeds pay dirt into the 1940s converted asphalt dryer he uses as a trommel. Large rocks pass out the end, where Will collects them in a waiting dump truck. The small material caught by the trommel passes down through a series of pipes into a jig. Anything smaller than 1/8 of an inch should fall through the jig screen and into Mike's first sluice run. The larger material passes into a 9-inch wide chute, which funnels into a repurposed oil barrel. Calling this a dewatering barrel, Mike punched holes into the drum so when it spins, the material gets broken up and dried out. This finest material then passes down through the holes and into his last chance sluice boxes.
You know, it's a little rough, but, you know, he's got it set up the way he wants it.
Mike believes this plant's still very productive, but there's a lot of problems. You know, it's not that Mike's stubborn, it's just, hey, we'll get to it, we'll get to it, we'll get to it.
We've been running this plant for so many years. There's so many things worn out. We fix them when we have time.
Look at that sluice down there. We're only here for a week, so just trying to look and see if there's any things that we can help him recover more gold with. And he's doing a pretty good job.
You know, honestly, the big chunky gold he has, it's easy to catch.
Easy to catch those nuggets.
Yeah. It's the fine gold you got to worry about.
So maybe the bottom box, that little guy,
What are you thinking?
he's got all nugget riffles in there. They're just plugged right solid.
Yeah. That's something we're going to have to address.
You know, with the amount of water you got coming off here, there's got to be some fine gold in there too.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
The dewatering trommel spins water off the wet rocks and reroutes any material that is 3/16 of an inch or less into the last chance sluice. Anything larger is sent up the conveyor to the tailings pile.
I'll keep looking around. You want to start panning?
Yeah, I'll take a look at it and see what we're losing.
Okay.
One will sample the tailings out of the dewatering trommel, where, if Mike's right about catching 98% of his gold, there should be nothing but clean gravel.
And there's gold in it. So right there's about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces of gold. One of them's actually pretty sizable. The other 8, they're not real big, but they're there. It's a bad sign. You know, that dewatering screen, what we're doing there, I think we're actually creating kind of a muddy mess, and we're actually pushing it out the tailings conveyor. We're never even having a chance to be able to sluice it. So I panned some of your tailings coming on that conveyor. Out of one pan, it was 3/4 full, about 9 pieces in it.
Dumping gold.
They're little, but they're there.
I'm shocked.
And that's out of one pan.
Whoa.
We send pans through all day, every day.
Damn.
If there's 9 pieces in a pan going up, that could be millions.
Freddy and Juan will target 3 key areas where Mike is losing fine gold. The jig sends material through a narrow 9-inch chute. A new 22-inch wide sluice box will slow the water and allow the gold to settle. The holes in the dewatering trommel block up, letting gold pass out onto the tailings conveyor. A high-powered spray bar will blast it through the holes in the barrel and safely into the sluices below. The nugget riffles on the sluices clog, causing gold to wash over the top. A new set of fine gold riffles will prevent buildup and catch any gold brought down from the barrel.
If we are losing some of your smaller gold off the end of the jig, we got an opportunity to catch it with the new sluice box right there, which right now you're so narrow it doesn't have much of a chance to find a home.
Let's do it. Appreciate it.
Well, we'll start working.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
Good. Thank you. You know, if I'm losing 50,000 a year, that's substantial. And over a 20-year period, 50,000 a year is $1 million.
You know, we've had you guys shut down for a couple days now, but
Yes, you have.
I'm hoping that, you know, the improvements we made are going to help you guys out.
Right here, we teed into your existing water line. Now we've got water going into that dewatering barrel, so it'll wash that material more and hopefully keep that gold from going up that conveyor and gone forever. Well, before, guys, you had some riffles in here, but it wasn't really a sluice box, it was a chute. It was a good chute to transfer material, but it was also transferring the gold to go up that conveyor, right?
We actually built you a new sluice run. Every chance we can give that gold to get settled out and get trapped, we want to make sure we can do that, and that's what we're doing with that sluice.
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing what that sluice box actually gives us.
Well, in that little sluice down there, guys, the riffles you had in it were the wrong riffle for that type of material. We've simplified it, and we've got a riffle configuration in there now that's going to go after that fine gold.
Well, really, guys, there's only one thing left to do, huh?
Run, run, run.
Let's run it.
Run, run,
fire
run.
it up.
Fire it up.
Let's do it.
Moment of truth.
The results of this test will determine if Freddy and Juan's fixes have successfully secured Mike and Will's future here.
This is what we got in the 4-hour run.
Okay.
The first test delivered 1.6 ounces. Anything more than 2 ounces promises a profit.
2.20.
2.2 ounces, a 37% increase on the first run. Over a 100-day season, this could deliver Mike 440 ounces, worth over $750,000.